What is up, people? Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Cup Chasers Daily. That's right, the Champions League is back, and we are more than excited about that. Of course, go and smash up the likes on your way in for the return of the Champions League for some spicy fixtures. And of course, smash up the subscribe button as well. It really does help the channel, helps push it out to more and new viewers. We really do appreciate that on our road to 500. And of course, I want your questions, thoughts, comments, concerns, admonitions, ambitions, deepest, darkest desires, and dreams down in that comments section below. Alrighty, people. That's it. The Champions League is back with some massive games, some massive action in the next 2 days. Gonna be a lot of fun, gonna be a lot of pressure, a lot of anxiety, of course, as the Arsenal have left me feeling not so certain about what's going to happen this evening. Of course, we did the preview yesterday. Make sure you go and check that one out every single time. This is more of a surface level analysis, just kind of voicing my excitement about the day. Of course, unfortunately, I won't get to watch the other tie. I'll be doing the watch along here for Sporting the Arsenal, but of course, Real Madrid are playing Bayern Munich in Madrid at the Bernabeu. And I really wish I could watch that game. I'll have to go back and watch it. If I don't find out how it goes before. But yeah, there's no more him hauling around in this one. There's no more. This is easy. We have to send everything we have at this one, and everyone has to. Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich. Of course, Paris are going to destroy Liverpool. And Barca versus Atletico is an absolute firecracker. They've already played 4 times this season, I think. At least 3 times. I know they played one league game, and I think they may have played this weekend. I think they may have played this weekend, and then they play again here, or maybe they play in the middle of each other. I can't remember, but I know Barcelona and Atletico Madrid are going to play 3 games in quick succession very, very soon. Starting with tomorrow, if they haven't already on the weekend, but it's I think they did play this weekend actually. But it's going to be massive game, that one as well. And of course, I'll have my eyes on the Arsenal game today. But yeah, there's no easy games left. Every tie is going to come down to it. It's going to come down to maybe one mistake, maybe one moment. This is why we love the Champions League. Knockout pressure, lots of crowd noise, lots of passion in the stands. This is going to be incredible. This is why I love the Champions League, man. It's nights like this, days like today is why I absolutely love the Champions League, and I think it's going to be an incredible night. I'm hoping for a really good display from the Arsenal, and Victor Gyökeres, and of course, everyone involved. I have learned, however, from the presser that Bukayo Saka has not traveled with the team, and that neither has Jurrien Timber, which is kind of worrying. It's kind of worrying. So I really hope that we see Christian Mosquera instead of Ben White. If we see Ben White, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be an issue if we see Ben White. That is for sure. Trincao and Suarez, are going to make it really tough for us. They're going to make it's a back and forth kind of basketball match is what they're hoping for, and is what we really can't have, because that will mean we have to defend one-on-one more often. We have to rely more on our one-on-one defending, and Ben White scares me in such a regard. So I need Christian Mosquera to play instead of Ben White, despite Jurrien Timber's absence. And no Saka that's a blow. No Bukayo Saka is a huge blow. but we need the likes of Declan to step up, the likes of Gyökeres to step up. I'm sure he's going to be licking his chops. Going back to the Valladolid, I should say. I can't pronounce that. Anyway, going back to the stadium where he scored so many goals, it's going to have to be huge tonight in the absence of Bukayo Saka. I expect it being Nani Madueke, which doesn't inspire much confidence. So we shall see. We shall see. It's going to be a really, really big test. I'm not sure. With Saka Saka not being there, not even traveling, it makes me think he's going to approach it just like you expect him to approach it. We're going to try to stink it out and at the very worst get a draw to go back home. Now, the other tie today is going to be insane. This is absolute heavyweight stuff, man. Obviously, you've got Real Madrid, all the history. They own this competition. They got Vinicius, Mbappe, big players, of course. Valverde is licking his chops. That's gonna be a great game, man. That's gonna be a really, really, really good game. Bayern obviously are gonna go for it, and honestly, I know for a fact it's gonna be a much better game than mine. And so I'll have to watch that afterwards. I might have to try to keep the blinders on, so that I don't see any of the halftime reports or any of the score reports or any of that, and maybe watch it right afterwards because I know that's going to be an absolutely fantastic game. You expect Madrid to probably do what they did against City, right? So it's going to be, they'll sit back a little bit and let Bayern try and attack and, work their way into the game. So it'll be very interesting to see Bayern's approach. Harry Kane, of course, is back in the lineup today, or at least available. And I think that's going to be an absolutely incredible game. It's going to be an incredible game at the Bernabeu. That's definitely the one to watch. Of course, tomorrow we'll be watching Barca versus Atletico as well. But the Madrid-Bayern game is probably going to be your spiciest of the ties. And I'm really excited about that one as well. Of course, excited about the Arsenal game as well. We really have a lot of work to do, need to bounce back and improve the morale amongst the fans and get the momentum back for the run. And of course, Bournemouth won't be easy at the weekend either. And then, of course, we have tomorrow, and I will most likely be doing the Barca Atletico watch along instead of PSG Liverpool, because PSG Liverpool is going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath. Now, there is fake news running around that Arne Slot offered to give his resignation, but I did a veracity check on that, and it's complete fake news. Besides, when I first heard it, I was like, why would he say that right before a massive Champions League game? That's just horrible timing. And so I had to make sure that was fake. And indeed it was. Some random X accounts and some aggregator accounts doing their dirty work like they always do, putting out some BS. That being said, I just don't. If Liverpool play like they did at the weekend, it'll be 8-0 in this game. They'll get decimated and the tie will be gone in this game. I'm very interested to see how they approach this one. Are we going to see Arne Slot's famous box midfield where Wirtz, is really, really narrow and they have no width on the left? If they try to do that and keep this game narrow, I think they'll get roasted on the outside. They'll probably need to play Frimpong and Kirkes, their speediest backs. But Robbo might come in just for the experience. But dealing with the likes of Barcola and Due, Dembele, it's as they say in England, is peak. They are going to be they're in trouble. Liverpool are in a lot of trouble, man. And if they play like they did versus City, it's gonna be horrible. They need a lot more energy, a lot more passion, a lot more verve, a lot more intensity just to survive. They're gonna have to bring everything they can just to take it back to Anfield, still in the tie. And that's like 1-0, 2-0, a 1-0, 2-0 loss, even a 2-1 is like, that's fine. Like if you're Liverpool and you lose 2-1 in Paris, that's fine. That's a total. I think that is, yeah, I think they'd be just fine with that. As long as it's not 4-0 tie over, I think Liverpool will be happy to come back to Anfield just hanging on. It's skin of your teeth stuff is what I'm expecting. What's up, Lumen? You nervous about tomorrow? It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, that one. I think if Liverpool manage to stay in the tie, then they got a fighting chance at Anfield. Liverpool, for me, no matter who the opponent, always has a shot at home with the Anfield crowd and the noise. And, the Champions League nights have always been pretty special at Anfield. So I expect if they stay in the tie, they got a shot. But that's a massive if tomorrow night. That's a massive if tomorrow night, just based on what we've seen. And, of course, PSG getting all the rest they could possibly get, not having to play Lens at the weekend in a title race bout. That's pretty shady. I'm not going to lie. That's some real shady shit from the French FA, if you ask me. Of course, Liverpool had to play in a game that they got absolutely decimated in. Made to chase shadows pretty much the whole game in that second half for Liverpool versus City. So PSG with their feet up, smiling, watching Liverpool get roasted, and so they'll be fresh. And like I say, tomorrow is massive for Liverpool. If they don't come to play, it could be really, really nasty. It could be really, really nasty. Speaking of nasty, Barca hosting Atletico is going to be really, really gross. Very familiar opponents, of course. In fact, I'm looking it up here. I'm pretty sure they played this weekend. I'm pretty sure they played on Sunday against one another. Let's see how that one went. Obviously, they know each other very, very well. Atletico are no strangers to the Camp Nou. So, and of course, I'm going to have my eye on that one because it is indeed who Arsenal will be playing. Should we make it through, and look at there, Barcelona gets late winner over Atletico Madrid. Oh, and Nicolas Gonzalez got a red card, but they still almost held out. Simeone put them up 1-0 in the 39th, and then Rashford equalized, and then the red card late on. And, of course, it took all of the second half to get Barcelona over the line, 22 attempts. And so I think it might be a similar kind of game. I'm nervous for Monday. It's like I've been watching every team except mine. Oh, that's right, Lumen. For some reason, I kept thinking you're a Liverpool fan. You're a Manchester United fan. Yeah, I don't know why I keep getting confused with that. Yeah, it's been forever. It's been forever since United have played, and so I'm not even sure who you're playing. But yeah, I understand. Watching everybody play. But you'll be back next season. I have no doubts you'll be back in the Champions League next season. You seem to be running away with third place, and so I think you'll be just fine there, and you'll be back in these kinds of discussions next season, absolutely. But I think that is it at the Camp Nou tomorrow? No, it can't be. I can't remember who finished higher in the group stage. I think it was Barca. I think. No. Atletico finished higher. So the first leg is at the Camp Nou. That is a massive, massive point for I always thought Arteta was doing normal until I saw the training video today. Now I'm sure he is confused. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure why anyone would be surprised at Arteta's antics on the training ground. I heard about it as well. I didn't see the video, but I read what they were doing. I read about what they were doing. I I didn't really look too much into it. I didn't really, he does weird shit, like blasting "You'll Never Walk Alone" during practice before we go to Anfield. The whole light bulb thing. Few 2 or 3 years ago, he had the pickpockets come in, all that stuff. So we know Arteta does just some randomness, some absolute crazy stuff, of course. And that's his he's eccentric. That's just what he does. That's who he is. It is what it is, and hopefully it works, man. Hopefully whatever he's saying works, because his ass is on the line. His ass is on the line, and we have to bring it tomorrow, or tonight, rather. I'm pretty sure we're not going to damn the torpedoes, balls to the wall like I want to. It's going to be exactly what we expect. Probably another performance like we did in Germany versus Leverkusen. But if we do come out and really try to put it on them, I'll be excited. That's what I want to see. That's what I think we need to see. And that's what I think we'll see from Barcelona in the first leg tomorrow night, knowing that Atletico Madrid can be very, very difficult to break down in their own stadium, very difficult to beat, as they found out on Sunday. Even up a man, it took them till the 87th minute to get the winner. So I think Barcelona are going to want to send it and get an insurmountable advantage from the first leg. But that one's going to be really, really spicy. Really, really spicy for sure. You would think that Simeone's going to come to the Camp Nou and stink it out, Harambal, Arteta status, and just sit back and make sure that they're still in the tie, is what I expect. But we will see, of course. We will see tomorrow. That's the game I'm probably going to be doing my watch along for. Obviously, I expect Paris to decimate Liverpool, and so that probably won't be as fun viewing. So yeah, we'll probably be tuned in to the Barcelona and Atletico Madrid game tomorrow, which I do expect to be very, very fun. But yeah, all in all, I'm pumped. I'm absolutely pumped. Champions League is my favorite of all sporting events around the world. And so, yeah, I'm really excited, man. I can't wait for the anthem to come out. It's just one of those moments where if you imagine yourself wearing the badge of your, that you always wanted to play for, and listening to the Champions League anthem, like that's dreamland stuff, man. That's like when you're a kid and, you're thinking about how far you could go. That's where you want to be. That's where you want to be, man. And it's there's nothing better. There's nothing better for me. Knockout Champions League football. And I'm just a little bit bummed that I won't get to watch Madrid versus Bayern live. Of course, we will watch the rerun right afterwards. Hopefully, I'll be able to keep it like this, so I don't see any of the results there in halftime of my game or whatever. So we know, so I can keep it, unknown. And I think that's a better way to watch the game. Makes it more fun when you don't know the outcome, of course. So I'll probably doing that all night this evening. I don't know, man. If we don't win tonight, though, if we put in a shitty performance, Arsenal, then I'll be pretty sad. I may not watch. I may just whatever. May just catch the highlights if I'm feeling down. But hopefully I'm not. Hopefully we put in a fantastic performance, because we're going to need it, and then we'll get to enjoy the game afterwards. So yeah, like I say, I'm pumped about Champions League, and I hope you are as well. Go ahead and smash up the likes for the Champions League being back today. Quarterfinals knockout stuff's going to be amazing. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel. It would be an absolute honor and a pleasure to welcome you to the community. We are on the road to 500. So make sure you get that done. Get the notification bell on as well so you know when we're live right before the games today. And, of course, we got the Cup Chasers podcast tomorrow night after all the Champions League action. So make sure you're locked in every single time. I do appreciate it. And you. See me next time.